Let's head north into Grenadier Lab, exterior, outside walls. Quite a mouthful for one location area, or one map. There's some birds here, hiding in the grass. If you haven't caught any of the birds up till now, here's a good area to do it. Just make sure you have your weapon silenced, because there are dogs and guards in this area. Guard right there. Let's go ahead and drop him. Couldn't tell if I hit him. There we go. Knock that dog out too, I think. Oh, or totally miss. That's fine too. Anyway. Over here, got a cobra over here. A cobra. And a Mark 22 suppressor. I want to pick that up. I'm gonna eat the Thai cobra we got, actually.
What can I say?
Anyway, let me head back this way. Trank that dog and that guard. Yeah, even though it makes that metal sound like it hit the fence, it actually hit the guard. So, I guess the guards are made out of metal. Anyway. Gotta stop saying that. Let's crawl under this hole in the fence, this conveniently placed hole. Over here is a suppressor for the M1911. And there is a hole underneath this wall that we can crawl under to get into the inside of the fort. Or for the lab, rather. Or inside walls. Not inside the lab yet, but the Kerotan is right across from that hole. On that hillside. Let's go ahead and trank all the guards in this area, first off.
Just my imagination.
And there's one way down there at the other end.
Just my imagination.
So, I guess I can't see it from here. Take out the SVD though, and inside that little shack, there's the Kerotan. Now let's head over to where we knocked out that guard. And behind here is another shack, and this has the M16 inside of it. Nice. Want to be sure to pick that up. Let's see here. Well, that's pretty much it for everything on the outside of the lab, so let's head inside. If we head over to this patch of grass here, there is yet, like, another ventilation shaft that we can crawl under. These are just everywhere. And they're all big enough for a person to fit in the side of. That's really handy. I'm glad the architects designed it like this. So when we get inside, if we turn to our left, here is a face paint, Oyama. We'll take a look at the two face paints we got. There's desert right there. Actually, there's snow, first of all. Then, I already showed you guys zombie. There's Oyama. Female kabuki face paint, and I do not suggest you wear that. Then you want to go ahead and equip it to no face paint. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put on splitter for right now. Actually, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to go with Flectarn. Yeah, don't wear the Oyama face paint. It's terrible. Not, you know, not because it looks like something a girl would wear. If you enjoy dressing up like a girl, that's your thing. I'm not going to judge. Don't wear it because it'll kill your camouflage and you'll be promptly shot in the face by guards. I just knocked out that scientist that was in there. He'll frequently see you if you crawl out of that hole, so be sure to take him out before coming in here. Let me clear out some of my inventory here real quick. Grab those 2 mushrooms. Okay, so now that we're in the clear, let's go ahead and change into our scientist outfit. The scientist uniform, you want to be sure to have no face paint attached. Otherwise it'll ruin your disguise. You can actually go ahead and put on the mask too, along with the uniform. I actually think it looks better like this, just because he's not wearing the bandana. But, whatever. Either way, go ahead and put on your disguise and slip inside. In this room, to our immediate right, we've got some medical supplies. Also, these plants located on the desks here. You can actually shoot those, and those are more medical supplies for you. On top of that locker, right there, is the Kerotan for this area.
What's wrong?
And he noticed that that guard was knocked out. Not my problem, though. Let's see. I think we want to head this way. No, actually, that is the way... not the way I want to go just yet. I would open those doors slowly. Don't, like, kick them open, or don't have them fly open like you would if you were otherwise running through this area. Because, well, some of the guards can be standing behind them. If you hit them with the door, they'll get mad, and bad things could happen as a result. Let's head up the stairs here. Is this the way I want to go? Yeah, okay. I'm starting to remember. This is indeed the way I want to go. I like how he's always hunched over when he runs. He has the worst posture. In this room here's some people food, as in prepackaged food, won't spoil on you. There's actually not much out here on this ledge. Except a place where no one goes, so if you feel like experimenting or changing camo, or like eating anything like a spatza mushroom, which incidentally puts you to sleep, there's a safe place to do it out there. Suppressor for the Mark 22 in this room right here. And in here is the bathroom. Now, check these stalls here. And there's nothing in them. Except for this last one. It's locked, but if you beat down the door, we get fly camouflage. And I guess this guy isn't wondering why we just beat the door up so hard it fell off its hinges. Now, fly camo. Let me show that off. Stinky camo uniform. Smells so bad that it attracts flies, but also makes enemies think twice about coming in for a proximity encounter. Kind of a funny effect, but not the best camo to be using if you want to stay hidden. Especially not in this area. Check all those lockers here. Nothing really in any of those lockers except some ammo. So, with that, let's leave the top floor and head downstairs. Real quick, if you press triangle, Snake will push his glasses up and act like a scientist. Use that to get out of trouble if you make any of the guards suspicious. Down here are the holding cells. Let's see here. Right in there, some Mark 22 rounds. And I believe just some extra ammunition under that desk there, SVD and M37, respectively. Huh? Right here in the stall is the Kerotan for this area. You can actually punch this one since it's just sitting there. There's a poster of a girl, don't ask why, not sure. There was a suppressor to the left of the bed. I don't really need that at the moment, though. Let's see here. So we can crawl through these vents to get into the other cells. Coming out in this one, there's some life medicine, but that's really it for this area. There's not a whole lot else. That red thing there is the alarm. Don't push it unless you feel like getting in trouble. Alright, so heading back upstairs now. Let's head to the opposite side of the building and go down the stairway there. Through here, and yes, this staircase here. This is where we want to be going. So, west basement, first floor. Or basement 1, rather. Okay, you can see we can't use any of our weapons when disguised as a scientist. Except for one. There's one weapon we can use. And it is right in here. Let me let that guard come out. That officer. Sig gas spray. This is... Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Sig gas spray. Cigarette-shaped gun. I meant sleeping gas. Use it just like that. This really comes in handy throughout this area, so I would definitely suggest picking it up. Okay, so in this room here, beyond this room, there are some scientists. And if they spot Snake, it does indeed count as an alert. Or rather, if they see him and get a good look at him, they will know he doesn't work here. So best to be kind of covert about this. Real quick on the table there are some issues of various gaming magazines with articles pertaining to MGS3 in them. That's kind of a funny Easter egg, but it's not really important. Kerotan on the nightstand with the lamp right there. In terms of this guy, I'm just going to stock up behind him. Use the sleep gas gun. In the lockers over here, there's a knockout handkerchief. Basically a handkerchief soaked in a knockout drug. You can use that on enemies. You can also punch this Kerotan as well. I don't really feel the need to use this at the moment. I just wanted to show it off. That's what it looks like. Okay, so let's okay, so heading through this door here, there's two more scientists at the workstations. You can do this a few ways. You can actually just run right through here since you will have your back turned to them. They won't be able to get a good look at your face, but if you don't trust that, you can just knock these guys out. And even though his buddy just suddenly fell unconscious, he's gonna be like, whatever. And sit right back down and start working. He is real dedicated to his work. So, let's knock him out too. Right there, there's a suppressor for the M16, and back here, another battery. Let's pick those up, and let's head through this door. And get ready to meet the designer of, well, the designer of Metal Gear behind this door. Not Otacon. You'll see.
If you're looking for Sokolov, he's not here anymore. Put that thing away. You'll spoil my drink. So, you're the intruder everyone's talking about. Typical capitalist dog. No manners.
And who are you?
You mean you've never heard of me? And you call yourself an agent? Very well, then. I am Alexander Leonovich Granin. A man of some importance, if I do say so myself. I am the foremost weapons scientist in the Soviet Union, and the head of the glorious Granin Design Bureau. This is the Order of Lenin. It is an honor of the greatest magnitude, given along with the title of Hero of Socialism to only the finest workers. It was awarded to me in recognition of my brilliant contributions to society. Since the Great Patriotic War, I have created countless weapons in the service of our great communist society. It was thanks to me that we were able to stamp out the Nazi scum. It was I who created the basic design for the mobile ballistic missile system you know and fear as SS-1C.
You're crocked, aren't you?
I'm merely drowning my sorrow. Because of him, I've got nothing to do but sit here and drink this crap.
Him?
Sokolov. It's him you're looking for, isn't it? Because of him, I have been stripped of my authority. My research has come to nothing. Look. It is a revolutionary mobile nuclear missile system. A bipedal tank.
A bipedal tank?
Yes, a walking tank. A robot. Are you familiar with the theory of the missing link between apes and humans? Well, this technology will be the missing link between infantry and artillery. A kind of Metal Gear, if you will. And this magnificent Metal Gear will mark a revolutionary step forward in weapons development.
Metal Gear?
But I won't be used so easily. No crying myself to sleep. For you see, I'm going to send these documents to my friend in the United States.
What?
These bastards will live to regret this. And when they themselves become the targets of my creation, they will know my true greatness. Yes, Sokolov's pathetic Shagohod pales in comparison to my work. What are you going to do with a rocket engine on a tank?
About Sokolov.
A tank does not need a rocket. It needs something else. Look at these.
Nice shoes.
No. Legs. Legs that allow it to go anywhere. Just as when humans learn to walk upright. That is the real revolution in weaponry. Don't you agree? But the fool's in charge. chose Sokolov.
And where is Sokolov?
My project has been terminated. The philosopher's legacy has been handed over to him.
What the hell are you talking about?
The philosopher's legacy. Haven't you heard of the philosophers? The Colonel has inherited their immense legacy. Volgin's father was in charge of the philosophers' money laundering activities. In the confusion of the war, he somehow ended up with their treasure. And Volgin inherited that treasure illegally. We never need to worry about the military budget. The development costs at our facility are all paid out of the Colonel's deep pockets. The weapons born here will be the genes for creating an entirely new form of warfare. The funding for my research came out of that legacy. Came out of it. Now, my money, my men, all have been diverted to the Shagohod project. Tomorrow they will be conducting the final test, while Sokolov is making the final preparations in the weapons factory at Volgin's main base, the great fortress of Grozny Grad. Here I am, playing host to an enemy spy and drinking myself into a stupor.
That's where they moved Sokolov?
Yes,
And the Shagohod is there too?
of course. Hey, you're not thinking of going to Grozny Grad. Are you mad? It's an impenetrable fortress.
I'm sure it is.
You'll be killed.
I'll take my chances.
Wait.
What?
Listen to me, you fool. I want to help you.
Help me?
To thank you for your compliment.
What compliment?
My shoes. Tatiana gave them to me. I wanted to thank you for complimenting me on them. I'll tell you how to get into the fortress. In return, I ask only that you get that idiot out of there and destroy the Shagohod. There is an underground tunnel that runs around the perimeter of the fortress. You should be able to use it to sneak into the base. Head for the mountains. The entrance to the tunnel is located there. Take this. You passed through a warehouse on your way here, didn't you?
Yeah.
There should have been a locked door inside of it. Do you remember it? This key will open that door. Beyond that door lies a vast jungle. You can climb up into the mountains from the far end of the jungle. Go back to the warehouse. Use the key to open the locked door and head for the mountains. Got it?
Why are you helping me?
Unlike Sokolov, the thought of defecting has never once crossed my mind. I love my country. I love this land. I cannot even imagine living anywhere else. I wish to remain a hero of the great motherland. I cannot bear the thought of being hounded into a corner and left to waste away. It is already dawn. We must hurry. I will remain here and nurse my troubles for a little longer. To capitalism!
I see you found some flyagaric mushrooms. The flyagaric is a relative of the deathcap mushroom that grows only in that region. You'll find it growing on the ground, but it's poisonous, so if you pick one up, don't eat it. If you do eat one, go into the survival viewer immediately and use Cure to take some antidote. The poisons found in the flyagaric include phallotoxins and amatoxins. It says here that when you eat it, the initial symptoms include nausea, stomach pain, and diarrhea. Finally, your liver and kidneys will break down into a sponge-like substance and you die.
Sounds like a horrible way to die.
Isn't it?
Yeah. So how does it taste?
Huh?
How does it...
Were you listening to me? The flyagaric is poisonous.
I heard you, but if I did eat it, it might taste good, right?
I give up. I see you found a spatza. Spatza.
Spatza?
Right.
Interesting name. So, paramedic,
What?
what kind of mushroom is a spatza?
You really want to know?
I guess so.
Okay, let's see. The spatza...
Yeah?
It's gray, and it grows on the ground.
Yeah, and?
That's all.
That's all?
That's all the guide says. Okay, so I don't know that much about it. Why don't you eat one and see? It might be pretty tasty.
Eat one and see. What do I look like, a lab rat?
Shh.
What did I say?
What if the rats hear you? You'll hurt their feelings.
This is really good.
Paramedic,
Yeah?
I ate one of those spatza mushrooms you were talking about.
Really? How did it taste?
I passed out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So that's why they call it the bringer of sleep.
What?
Oh, I looked the word spatza up afterwards and found out it means bringer of sleep in Russian.
Well,
But anyway, the reason the spatza puts you to sleep when you eat it is because it contains a type of anesthetic substance similar to an alkaloid. Maybe if you soak a handkerchief or something in it, you could use it to put the enemy to sleep. Eating a spatza and falling asleep might cause your life and stamina to recover as well. Why don't you find a safe spot and try it out?
This is how I fish.